Soil and Water Conservation Engineering, Unit 3, Terracing. First, terraces. Terraces is one of the most effective action that can take to migrate. The problem of an eroding slope is to break up the rate of water designed by constructing terraces. The terraces for water erosion control consist of some mechanism to protect land surface as well as to reduce the erosive velocity of runoff water. It involves some land surface modification for retention and safe disposal of rainfall. Next one, the terrace and the design. A terrace is an earthen embankment constructed across the slope to control runoff and minimize soil erosion. A terrace acts as an intercept to land slope and divide the sloping land surface into strips in limited width of strips. The slope length naturally available for runoff is reduced. The soil eroded by the runoff score and the raindrop splash flows down the slope and gets blocked up by the terrace. The score of the soil surface because of runoff water is initiated by the runoff at a velocity above the critical value attained during the flow on long length of the sloping run. Next one, terraces are classified into two major types. First one is broad-based terrace and second one bench terrace. First, in broad-based terrace are adapted where the main purpose is either to remove or retain water on sloping land surface for cultivation purposes, whereas the purpose of bench terrace is mainly to reduce the land slope only. Terrace type. First one broad base, bench type. Next, in broad base they are divided into two subdivision. First one graded, which is used for drainage channel type. Second one level, absorption or ridge type. In bench terrace, leveled on tabletop, sloping outward, sloping inward and precautions. In graded drainage channel type, there will be two subdivision. One will be with proper channel, another one will be without proper channel. Bench terracing. The original bench terrace system consists of a series of flat shelf like area that converts a steep slope of 20 to 30% to a series of level or nearly level benches. In other words, bench terracing consists of construction of a series of platforms along contour cut into hill slope into step in a step like formation. In fact, bench terrace converts a long uninterrupted slope into several small strips that make a protected platform available for farming. In several hilly areas, a bench terrace have been used for purpose of converting hill slope to suit agriculture. In some areas where the climatic condition favor the growing of certain cash crops like potato, coffee, etc., the hill slope are to be bench terraced before the area is put for cultivation of these crops. Next, in bench terracing have been adopted for converting sloping land into irrigated field or for orchard planting. Basically, the bench terracing is mainly adopted in only in mountain hilly areas. Next one, this is the design procedure for design diagram for constructing and bench slope. First one will be the cut and second one will be the fill. In original land slope up to 20 to 30% it will be adapted. Next, the riser may vertical or inclined. If inclined means the ratio is 1:2:1 and 1:1 slope is common. Next is this one, the shoulder bend. Next, the level or nearby bench terrace will be either sloping inward or other sloping outward direction. Next, type of bench. In bench terrace there will be some types. First one, hill type bench terrace, which is used only for hilly areas with the graded reversely towards a hill. Next one, irrigated bench terrace, level bench adapted for irrigated conditions. Next one, arched bench type, which is used for narrow width terrace for individual trees. These are also referred to an intermediate terrace and step terraces. Next, the conversion of land into bench terrace over a period of time is referred to as a gradual bench terracing. Next, bench terrace are classified depend upon the slope of the bench. First one, bench terrace sloping outward, bench terrace sloping inward, and bench terrace with a leveled top. Design procedure for bench terrace. First, while constructing a bench terrace, the design of bench terrace consists of determining the type of bench terrace, spacing, depth of the cut, terrace width, terrace cross section. Terrace spacing is generally expressed as the vertical interval between two terraces. The vertical interval is dependent upon the depth of the cut, and since the cut and fill are to be balanced, it is equal to double the depth of the cut. Next, the depth of the cut should not be too high as to expose the bedrock, which makes the bench terrace unsuitable for cultivation. In higher slopes, a greater depth of cut results in greater heights of embankment, which may become unstable. The width of the bench terracing W should be per requirement for which the terrace are to be put after construction. Once the width of the terrace is decided, the depth of the cut required can be calculated using the formula D is equal to WS by 100. In case 1, when the terrace cut are vertical, S is the land slope in percent, D by 2 is the depth of the cut, and W is the width of the terrace. Next, in case 2, d by 2 divided by w by 2 plus d by 2 is equal to s divided by 10. A slope is 1 is to 1. Next, in case 3, where the batter slope is half is to 1. For that, the formula is d by 2 divided by w by 2 plus d by 4 is equal to s by 10, and d is equal to 2ws divided by 200 minus s. A design of terrace cross section consists of the batter slope, the dimension of the shoulder bend, inward slope of the terrace, and the dimension of the drainage channel in case of terrace sloping inward. For in outward, the cases of terrace sloping is outward in direction. Next, the alignment of bench terrace. Alignment of bench terrace should start from the ridge and progress towards the valley. The average land slope of the area to be terraced should be determined by taking level, and then the specification of the terrace should be worked out. Contour lines may be marked with the help of leveling instrument. Taking a contour line as a center line, the terrace width may be marked on the ground. The alignment may now be examined, and suitable adjustment should be made wherever necessary, taking into consideration to the local conditions like depreciation, sharp turns, field boundaries, etc. that exist at the site. Next, the maintenance of bench terrace. While we construct a bench terrace, we have to maintain at a particular time interval for the betterment of the bench terrace. First, a new terrace should be protected at the riser and outlet and should be carefully maintained, especially during the first 2 years. After the cutting a terrace, its riser should be shaped and planted with grass as soon as possible. Short forming or rhizome type grasses are better than those of tall or bunch type. Although tall grasses may produce considerable forage for cattle, they require frequent cutting and attention. This is what about bench terracing, and design procedure, and what are the maintenance for bench terrace. Thank you.